Yo, it's been a while since I've done a Facebook Live at night time. Just trying to keep information to myself a little bit, trying out different things, because I've been very excitable with my red light therapy before in the past. So this time, kind of excited too, but I'm just being a little bit more chill, a bit more used to it now. Now, not plateau, but I've just been so consistent with it. It's become a normal part of my existence, right? But I thought I'd come on here to explain a little bit about the genius of nature, because rest assured nature is genius. I just thought of this now, to do with light and sunlight, and this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense. The more I study the human body, the more I realize nothing is an accident, and evolution is fucking bullshit. We did not evolve. We were designed by something. I don't know what, whatever you want to call it, God, fucking consciousness. We were designed. So here's a little ditty that I will go into that I've just been thinking about, which is fucking obvious, and you guys might already know it, but I will say it because it just implies that it's not an accident. We're not here by accident. Old mate in UK, south of London, 1 hour south of London. So, go with this. We know that the sun has different frequencies of light. A sunset, sunrise sun is different to a midday sun. And the sun's frequencies of light are always changing, right? So, if you watch my videos before, you understand. If not, try and follow. Your sunrise, sunset sun has red light, visible red light at a very high frequency, and it also has near to mid to far infrared invisible light, a lot of it, in sunrise, sunset sun. Within 2 hours after a sunrise, you have a lot of visible red light, a lot. That's the peak color. The sun has all spectrums of color, but what I'm telling you is that the colors, the frequencies of the colors differ a lot, and it transitions. It's never constant, the visible and the invisible. So, before sunrise, 2 hours before sunrise, you've got the near, mid to far invisible red frequencies of light. Then at sunrise, you've got a high kick of the visible red, which continues for the next 2 hours, visible red being the most important. And as the sun goes from sunrise to midday sun, the red dissipates, the orange, yellow to come more to prominence, then the green, then the blue, then the purple, which is exactly the same sequence as a prism of light, which is exactly the same sequence as the colours of the rainbow, which is exactly the same sequence as the chakras. Exactly the same sequence as the chakras. The sun does the same thing as the fucking chakras. You've got chakra number 1, which is red, which goes to orange, which goes to yellow, which goes to green heart, which goes to blue, which goes to purple. That's exactly the same frequencies of light that are contained in the sun. The sun starts with high red, then it goes to high orange as it moves across the sky, then it goes to high yellow, then it goes to high green, and by midday it's at high blue to high purple, and then the kundalini fucking bursts. It's not a fucking accident. Nothing is an accident. Chakra system is legit. Midday sun is you're meant to be out in nature, going through chakra number 1 to the midday sun and to the purple, boom. It's not exactly what I want to talk about. I'm getting a little bit sidetracking a little bit. That is important information. That is separate information, and that's going to go into my book, by the way, on sunlight, on why I believe that the kundalini is meant to explode at midday, and we're supposed to be out at the sunrise, like I just said, with the chakras going up. First the red light therapy, then the orange, the yellow, the green heart, and the blue as the sun goes up in the sky. Now, I just want to get information out there that the sun's frequency is always changing, and the colours are different, and the ones that the chakra, they come to prominence at different times, and it sets and it goes back down. So the kundalini starts at the beginning at the base, sunrise, goes to the chakra at the top at midday, the kundalini awakening, boom, and then it winds down for the night, back to red, and back after, and we go back after dusk, sunset, and it's about an hour after sunset right now in the UK. And at this point, there is no visible red outside. Looks dark, right? Very dark. there's no visible red, but what there is, 2 hours, up to 2 hours before sunrise, and up to 2 hours after sunset, even though it looks like there's no visible light, there is very little visible light, there is near to mid to far infrared invisible, which is very fucking powerful. I will leave that topic for another talk. It will go in my book. I will make more videos about it and give you free information on the power of near to mid to far invisible light, because that is fucking powerful as fuck. But that's, again, something I don't want to talk about in this video. What I do want to talk about is nature. Now, here's something obvious. When is the sun the hottest at any time? When is the sun hottest? Now, I know in UK and other colder climates, northern latitudes, we're cold, right? We're away from the equator, whatever. But we all know the sun is hottest at the point where it's highest in the sky, right? Now get this. At the point, so the sun is hottest, follow me here. Let's go with the thread. The sun is hottest at the point where it's highest in the sky. Now, when the sun is highest in the sky, not only is it hottest, the sun has high frequency of blue and purple colours. There's very little red, very little yellow, very little orange, and less green. The sun is highest when it's the hottest. The prominent colours are blue and purple. There's a fuckload of blue and a fuckload of purple. Now, what does blue light do different to red light? What do we know on science on what blue light does to the human avatar, to our physical bodies? Well, I'll tell you. Blue light, unlike the red sunrise sunset when the sun is low in the sky, when the sun is highest in the sky and we've got high blue, the blue light is a very short, and purple is a very short wavelength of light. What that means is it can't penetrate the body very deeply. So when the sun is highest in the sky, and as the sky traverses from sunrise up to the midday sun, and it gets to a high blue, high purple, that colour can't penetrate deeply into the human body. That blue, high purple of a midday in around that time sun, when the sun is hottest, that blue light is designed to purify the skin. That is what blue light does. It does have a purpose, even though it can't penetrate deep into your muscles, cells, and tissues. Its purpose is to cleanse the skin. Yeah, as well as to do the throat chakra and to blast open the pineal, which is super important. Its main purpose is for the skin, to purify the skin, right? And deeply, the blue does, and also UVB and UVA, which are high at a midday sun. So it's not even just the blue-purple frequency of visible light, it's also the invisible UVA, UVB is highest with the midday sun. Now UVB and UVA warms the fuck out of us. We all know that the sun is the hottest at any time, regardless of where you are. It's the hottest when the sun is highest in the sky. Now science says that's because it's nearest, whatever you want to believe in science, the earth is flat, whatever, you know, whatever you believe. It's a fact. The sun will always be the hottest wherever you are when it's highest in the sky. So that's the UVA, UVB being the strongest at that point. I believe the science is correct on that. We can't argue that information. And at that point, the blue and purple is the most prominent colour, and blue can't penetrate deep into the body. Its purpose is to purify the skin, amongst other things. Now, so when the sun is highest in the sky and warmest is when the blue is supposed to cleanse our skin, is also when we can take our clothes off, because nature has designed it for this. Think of this is obvious shit. How do you connect the dots now? When the sun is warmest for you, the creator has designed it for your skin to be purified and for you to be naked and nude at the most important time, for your skin cleansing. Because your skin needs cleansing. Your skin can't get cleansed unless you kind of do a naked, nude thing as much as possible. If you cover up, you won't cleanse your skin to a midday sun. You won't. Medicine can still get in the eyes, a lot of medicine, a lot of blue light, but the actual skin healing of blue light, the reason why blue light therapy is a thing, by the way, that cures jaundice in babies, in young babies it cures jaundice just by having a midday sun to the skin, is because blue light needs to hit that skin. In order for it to purify the specific area of skin of your body, the blue light needs to hit it. And that is the exact time when the sun is hottest in the sky. So the creators, whatever you want to call it, has put it so that we feel more obligation to be naked when it's hotter, because nobody likes to freeze, right? So that's where it kicks in. It's almost like it was designed that way. So when the sun is hottest, you know, you're feeling, okay, now it's not too cold, it's not sunrise, sunset, the sun is nice high in the sky, now I can take my clothes off and do the nude thing. Now, nudism is easier to a midday sun, and that's perfect, because the blue light, purple light of the fucking sun will cleanse your skin. You need to be, in my opinion, the most... I know this too. The sunrise, sunset, red light frequencies around these times within 2 hours after and 2 hours before with the invisible near, mid to far, those are different frequencies. The red is a very high wavelength, and what that means is it penetrates deep into the human body, into the human avatar, deep. It doesn't penetrate just the skin. It's not really for skin healing, although it does too. Its main purpose is to get into the muscles, cells, tissues, light up the mitochondria, and deep into the organelles. Far infrared can easily penetrate into the body, and even goes through windows and buildings. It's crazy, you know, it's crazy stuff. And that's when it's coldest, at sunrise, sunset. Yeah, that's the time. So it's okay. It's okay in a way to be not naked, although it does enhance things if you're naked-ish at sunrise, sunset. It's okay not to be, because you don't. That skin healing. Even though red light does it too, the primary skin is from UVA, UVB, and blue purple light, which is predominant in the midday sun. Just look how perfect it all fucking is. You wake up 2 hours before sunrise, the far infrared starts kicking in, and I'm speaking from experience. I know this for a fact now. I've tested it multiple times. I can feel the energy rise. By the way, that's also... here's a controversial thing that I might be wrong with, but I'll put it out there. I think the reason why humans wake up once in the night... everyone always says that humans can't seem to go straight to sleep for like 8-10 hours straight. We always have to wake up at least once in the night. Well, I reckon that the reason why we wake up once in the night, if you check the timings of when you're fucking waking up at night, that once in the night, and it's not because you need to pee, because sometimes it is when you need to pee. Sometimes when you wake up at night and it's not that, what it is it's the far infrared 2 hours before sunrise kicking in. And I think it really does energize. Far infrared energizes, well, I know this, far infrared energizes the fuck out of your water system. It penetrates deep into your body, and what it does is it structures the water. If you see my previous videos, you'll know this. I made a video on it. Far infrared structures your fucking blood and your urine, but just your blood, even if you don't do urine therapy, and it will energize the fuck out of you. Now I listen and I hear the birds start chirping 2 hours before sunrise, before official sunrise time. You can work out official sunrise time very easily. Go on Google, type in sunrise time, you will find out your sunrise time. The birds start chirping 2 hours before sunrise, and I look out and it's still pitch dark at these times. So I'm thinking, how do the birds know? Yes, I know they can see different things, but I think it's more than that. I think the far infrared light is not just for humans, it's for all nature. And it's not just for plants, it's for animals too, you know, mammals like us. And what's going on is the far infrared is energizing the fuck out of the birds and starting to wake them up. And I also think that we were designed not to wake up at sunrise. I think we were designed to get primed to wake up 2 hours before sunrise with the far infrared, just like the birds. The birds start chirping 2 hours before, so do we. I'm trying to think why I've gone down this route of talking about this shit. I'm just trying to connect the dots with a lot of different things, but I forgot why I'm talking specifically about that. Oh yeah, it's the far infrared is a frequency that penetrates deep into the human avatar, and all these red frequencies, whether that be red visible sunrise, 2 hours before, 2 hours after, and then invisible, they penetrate deep, and at that point the sun is coldest in the mornings and the setting, because it's not high in the sky, it's cold, and it's okay to wear clothes at that point as human beings, even for our ancestors, and it's okay because it penetrates deep in the body. Red light penetrates past clothes. Red visible, I'm still trying to work out and play around with, and maybe there's information you guys might know about that. I know it does penetrate deep into skin, but I'm not sure it gets, I think it gets through glass somewhat, 50-60%, Jack Cruz reckons, possibly, but I definitely know the near, mid to fars are penetrating glass, and that's why they work with clothes. And that's all I wanted to say. I've gone all over the place with this one, but understand that nature's design is fucking perfect. It's fucking perfect. And we were designed for nudism, and this is hard, or as much as possible. Now, this is hard in colder climates, but if you're going to prioritize nudism and skin healing, because skin is the largest organ of the body and it's meant to be purified, and the way to purify the skin is with UVA, UVB, and purple, high purple, high UVB, high UVA, which is only found in midday sun. And that's when the sun is highest in the sky and warmest for you. It's almost like somebody or something fucking created the human body by design. Look how perfect it is. And when the sun is coldest in the sky, you can get away with wearing clothes because those frequencies of light can penetrate deep into the human body, and the blue light, which can't, is not hardly present in a sunrise, sunset, sun. How fucking cool is that? Case closed, atheists. You have lost. No, I'm joking. But I'm serious. I mean, I can't understand how people can justify this as evolution. Absolute fucking bullshit, mate. It really is. Evolution is the biggest pile of bullshit that I've ever believed in my entire fucking 28, 29 years of life. Holy shit. The more you study the human body, and the more I start connecting the dots, and you guys probably connect dots in other ways and masteries outside of human body, and even in human body, I haven't discovered, God, there's so much, and other people connecting dots all over the place. It's just not an accident. I'm sorry, it's not. It's really not. You know? It's crazy to think about. Crazy. Oh, and another thing I was thinking about too. Look at this. As the melatonin rises at night time, because the melatonin is supposed to rise at night time, right? When the red light kind of dissipates, like now outside, the red light has just disappeared. Now the near to mid to fars, 1 hour after sunset, is kicking in. It's kicking in. That's why I've got my structure in my water, got my distilled here, my urine. It's all getting structured. Now the melatonin is supposed to rise because we're supposed to not look at blue screens, right? That I'm looking at now. We're supposed to wear blue blocking. We're not supposed to have blue into eyes. No EMFs, Wi-Fi too, which fuck that shit up. Fuck the melatonin. So as the melatonin rises at night time with the sunset sun, right? The melatonin, what it does is it cools the body. Melatonin is very famous for, you'll know melatonin is kicking in super strong because you're going to feel a bit more tired and chill, but also your body's going to get cold and you're going to start shivering a little. That's why we wear blankets at bedtime, people, because the melatonin fucking cools us down. And nature, God, whatever you want to call it, has designed it to allow us to cool down at this point. Okay? So, look, creators, go with me. I'm rolling with this on my mind on the top of my head, but it makes sense. So the melatonin rises, and it cools us down. So nature, God has designed it so that we feel colder, so we're going to put on clothes because the melatonin is rising, right? That's what the human's going to do. He's going to put on clothes, or she's going to put on clothes because the melatonin's rising. But then nature, God, knew that we were going to put on clothes as the melatonin rises to heal us. So and knew that the frequencies of light that are still important to heal us, called the near to mid to far infrared, which are still visible, are still out there. They're invisible, actually. Funny, I just made a mistake there. They're invisible frequencies of light, but they're invisible, but they penetrate, like I said, deep into the human body. So again, the melatonin rises, makes us cold. Creators knew that we were going to have to wear clothes because we're getting colder, right? But that's okay, because he put the medicine of near to mid to far infrared frequencies of light, which are invisible, that are still kicking in right now, after sunset, even if you can't fucking see it. He put them so they're long wavelengths, they penetrate deep into the human body, and they penetrate easily past clothes. Boom. That is it. I got all over the place with that, but I honestly would like someone to refute everything I've said. Because everything I've said is factual science, and it makes complete sense. Complete sense. It does. The frequencies of light from everything I've said is all good. Yeah, oh mate, it's all facts, mate. It's all fact. Yep, and it's the most powerful, healing magic on in the world. Now I'm so blessed to understand the power of light. Now you guys have no idea. I've only started getting into health 2.5 years ago. It's mainly urine therapy. Last year only, I started getting this time last year only, maybe 1 month and 1 year, 1 month ago. Started getting into sun, and I was doing it a lot, but I didn't understand the science behind it. Now I'm doing it even more than the normal, because now I understand the science. So my motivation personally to get more sun has been writing this book, has been absolutely huge, making these videos, talking like this and thinking about it. All the science shit has made me motivated to probably prime myself to be out 5, 6, 7 hours a day, with my lifestyle, which I'm building towards, where I'm going to be out 5, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. These experiments are to come, and I look forward to them. Particularly what I said earlier, the Kundalini exploding, because I believe that is completely legit. The chakra system, and coinciding with the sun, frequencies of light changing exactly like the chakras and the rainbow, not a coincidence to me. We were meant to explode our chakras every single day. Every single day, I believe. And I know for a fact, if you did that, stayed out from sunrise to midday sun, and 2 hours before sunrise, actually, when you should start, did as an experiment, and you did some grounding with that for the entire 8 hours, and did some meditation with that, holy shit, holy crap, you would experience apps, and even under cloud cover too. Oh yes, you did some meditation, presence, breath work, during the 8 hours, or 10 hours, when the sun's in 2 hours before sunrise, up to the midday sun, the Kundalini would fucking explode. I'm 100%. Like, depending on your previous health condition, but I mean, people like us that are pretty healthy, I think our Kundalinis would explode. For unhealthy people, probably wouldn't explode. They still got calcified pineals, and they still got health issues, but it would massively amplify whatever you're at. That's an experiment. It's exciting. By the way, just a quick transition. Now I understand why camping is so powerful. There's a lot of things going on. You've got the green grass and away from pollution and high toxicity of car air. So you've got pure negative ions. That's one. Very powerful. I think the major one is that you're out with sunlight, and the infrared at nighttime, and those infrared frequencies can way easily penetrate through the tent. Plus even the sunrise sunset, you're getting more of the magic. You've not got the glass window, the curtain shut. So you're more out with light, obviously, when you're camping, and that's why the magic of camping, and the normal people wonder, why does it feel so good to camp? And they don't understand the science behind the sun, so they don't get it, but it's good for them, they just know intuitively, but it's better for us that we know, or me, that I know, now I'm encouraged to do more camping, now I'm encouraged to bugger off to the tropics at some point in my life, because now I know the power of the sun. I needed to know this stuff, because I don't think I would be motivated at this point in my life to go, or in the future to have a dream to go to the tropics, or go to a place where I can be with sun and be naked a lot more. It's not a cold tropic climate, but now I do understand the science. I do feel like I'm in a better position to return to my nature, after I've done with a lot of discipline work here, really tested out the cold, pushed the human avatar to extremes in the city. I'm going to do a lot of work here, don't get me wrong, I'm not buggering off yet, I've got a lot of shit to do, a lot of stuff. Yogi Zen, nice to have you, bro. Don't know, still watching? Yeah, mate, you're good as well. Like, it's powerful. The sun is powerful. Now I understand. By the way, I don't think that burning is an issue at all. At all. If you're healthy, you just got to do some urine therapy, eat some fruits, do some fasting, and it will never be an issue. Even if you got white skin, these dehydration, I think, and toxicity, acidity is what causes sunburn, and reddening, and dangers of the sun like melanoma, which are wrong focus anyway. It's impossible. Look at the fucking skin, man. You just got to do a bit of urine, fresh urine topically, you're good to go. You can stay in the sun for hours. Fresh urine, aged urine, you'll be seeing God. Yeah, less clothes wearing is the way to go, I think. And particularly if you want to focus on it, for the skin cleansing, and the skin being the largest organ of the body, the most important, you could argue. I hate to do this now, say the most important organ, but the midday sun with the high blue, high purple, that can only penetrate through the skin when the sun is highest in the sky is the whole point why I made this video. It's not a coincidence, nothing is. Right, and on that note, yeah, chemtrails is an issue, Alina, but I put this in my book, and this is important. I don't want me or other people to be focusing on chemtrails, because we are putting far too much focus on something that we cannot fucking change. I can't change it. I can't stop the chemtrails just by imagining it. I don't think that can happen. And not only that, I've noticed with myself, whenever I focus too much on it, it gets my mood down, and when my mood is down, I am unhealthier. That's just, and I'm negative and angry. These are bad emotions to get. Angry is useful to a point. A little bit of anger, chemtrails is cool. I get angry, but I use anger in a good way to become more healthy. Whereas I'm worried because I see a couple of extreme examples of people on my Facebook that always focus on chemtrails, and this is not useful because it puts you in a mindset where you're not understanding that the sun is powerful even through the fucking chemtrails. Yeah? And even if you did focus on chemtrails, it's doing your avatar no justice on health and happiness, that you're constantly getting angry and feeling powerless. You can use anger at chemtrails like I do now. Finally, it's taken a long time. I use anger when I see it to get more healthy. I use it as motivation. So if I'm thinking, do I want to eat some food? Should I fast today? Sometimes I'll fuck up. But I get more motivated to fast when I see a fucking chemtrail in the sky. It winds the fuck out of me. So I use anger, I transmute anger for the higher good of becoming more health conscious. This is what the elites don't want. They don't want you to use chemtrails and the anger you get from it, from knowing that they exist and knowing that no one else cares. They don't want you to use that to become a better person. They want you to be like negative and start moping around and thinking, oh, they're killing my family, they're killing my friends, killing nature. They want you that because that's fucking up your health. They want you to feel powerless. The whole point is to fuck them over. The whole point is you've got to use that motivation and anger at chemtrails to like use it for a bit and then fucking explode with like health and fight them back. I make posts about this all the time. You got to be like the fucking Spartans. The Spartans. What did the King Leonidas say? Very famously, on the night before the 300 went out for the Battle of Thermopylae. This is in the movie 300, by the way, but it's a true story. A very famous Greek historian told the story of what King Leonidas said when, just before the night of the battle, they knew that the Persians were going to rain down those fucking arrows, 10,000, 100,000 Persians, yeah? And what did they say? They said, doesn't matter how much you blot out the sun, we are going to fight in the fucking shade. Doesn't matter how much you blot out the sun, you can't stop the fucking Spartan warriors. And just like that, that's the attitude you need. Doesn't matter how much the elites blot out the sun, you fight them in the fucking shade. Yeah, that's my mentality, and that's the mentality I want to push across to you. You fight. You don't mope around, you fight. If they send 5G, you fight. If they send 6G, you fucking fight with your health. With the only thing you can fight them back with is your health. It's not waking up other people. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. Just focus on doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on your health. Because we're in a boiling frog situation, by the way. So when you think, oh, 5G is going to kill you, no, it's going to kill the unhealthy people first. That might be your friends and family, but it won't be you. You'll be the last person to die. Basically, we'll be the last people to die when it gets to 6G, 5G, 7G. We'll be the last. And at that point, they won't push it that far. Trust me, the elites won't push it that far where everyone's dying. They need us. They fucking need us. They won't kill us all off in one go. Yeah? They won't. They won't. So they'll do it slowly. And the 5G will affect other people, and it will kill people, but it won't kill us. So that's comfort to me. Not because I don't care about other people, but because it's comfort that if I work on my health, I can avoid getting these diseases that other people are going to get, and I can avoid dying early. And I will eventually, it will happen to us too. We have to die of something, right? So, yes, on that note, that's what I will leave you. Please stop focusing on chemtrails. Let's try and get the Spartan attitude of fucking, let us fight in the fucking shade, I know it's annoying. I know it is. But use it as motivation to become the best version of yourself, because that's the weapon we've got against them. That is the weapon that will fuck them. And it will eventually stop them from chemtrailing if we take the attitude that I've got, that if they keep chemtrailing us, I'm gonna work on my health even more. I'm gonna become a better person quicker. I'm gonna help more people faster. I'm gonna have to force to get my discipline even tighter because of the chemtrails. They will not like that. Because guess what? I'm not always motivated to become... I'm disciplined compared to normal people, but I know that within me, I'm not always disciplined compared to what I could be. And what motivates me sometimes is a lower frequency, I guess, of chemtrails, and knowing that I have something to fight against, and the chemtrails one I love, because they just give me the excuse to fight against them, and I'm like, okay, Fine. You want to fight me? You want to fight my people? I'll fucking fight you back like a fucking Spartan warrior. Okay, on that note, peace, love, and... Sorry I went all over the place. That was a good one, though. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening, guys. And I'm in the process of writing my Sunlight book, and I'm really excited. The next 3 or 4 weeks is going to be done. The kind of information I talk about, it's going to be predominantly my information. I decided not to put too much information, because you can get lost with Sunlight on how much information there is. There's a lot of information out there. A lot of it's Jack Cruz. There's a lot of great knowledge, but I decided just to stick with predominantly me, my personality, my style, and my biases, the things I've made this video about, the things I talked about here, but a lot more. I kept it to that, simple, and what I discovered on Sunlight. It might need revising, because everyone's updating their knowledge, but I know it'll be good, and what I'm saying is fucking true, and it's undeniable, and it's just unique to me. So that's my process. I'm looking forward to releasing it, and then starting on something else. I'll never give up on Sunlight, but just getting the book done. So yeah, exciting times. Alright, okay, I'm out. Thank you very much for listening today on a Friday night in the UK. Whatever time it is for you guys, probably a little bit earlier, so take it easy.